I was the perfect employee until my coworkers found out what I was really doing during my lunch breaks. For 2 years, I never missed a day, always stayed late, volunteered for weekend projects. My boss called me a model worker. I had perfect attendance, brought coffee for everyone, stayed until 8 p.m. helping with quarterly reports. Truth was, I was desperately trying to hide something that would destroy my career and probably land me in jail. It started when my younger brother got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 15. Mom couldn't afford his insulin anymore after losing her job at the textile plant. Insurance kept denying claims, saying it was a pre-existing condition from some clerical error. The kid was rationing doses, hiding how sick he felt, pretending everything was fine when he could barely stand up some mornings. I found out insulin costs $300 a vial. He needed 4 vials a month minimum. My entire paycheck after rent and car payments was barely enough for 1 vial. I was making $42 a year at this marketing firm, living in a studio apartment, eating ramen most nights. So I started shoplifting. Not random stuff, just medical supplies from different pharmacies across town. Test strips, glucose tablets, backup insulin from hospital vending machines when I pretended to visit fake sick relatives. I researched which locations had the weakest security, memorized staff schedules, learned which cameras had blind spots. My lunch breaks became these carefully orchestrated missions. I'd drive 20 minutes to hit a CVS in the suburbs, then another 15 minutes to a Walgreens downtown, rotating locations weekly so nobody noticed patterns. Always bought something small first, gum, a candy bar, to look like a normal customer. My heart would pound the entire drive back to work. The stolen supplies went straight to my brother. I'd drop them off at Mom's house like I'd bought them legitimately, making up stories about employee discounts or pharmacy sales. Mom kept saying how proud she was that I was sacrificing so much for family. Made me feel even worse about what I was actually doing. My coworkers started joking about my mysterious lunch adventures. Where does Jake disappear to every day? Sarah from accounting would tease. They thought maybe I had a secret girlfriend across town or was dealing with a gambling problem. Some thought I was interviewing at other companies. I played along, making vague jokes about having important business to handle. The paranoia was eating me alive. I'd check security cameras obsessively, convinced every store clerk was memorizing my face. Started wearing different hoodies, baseball caps, even fake glasses I bought at a gas station. My brother was getting healthier, but I was falling apart. Last Monday, I'm walking out of a Rite Aid 30 miles from my office with 2 boxes of insulin in my jacket when I bump directly into my manager, Linda. She's holding a prescription bag, looking completely confused to see me there. Jake, what are you doing way out here? Isn't this like an hour from work? The insulin boxes fall right out of my coat pocket. No receipt. Still had the security tags on them. Her face changes instantly when she sees the $600 worth of medication scattered on the sidewalk. I can explain, I started, but she already knew. The look in her eyes wasn't anger. It was understanding mixed with disappointment. She drove me back to work in complete silence. I sat there convinced I was about to get fired and arrested, probably making local news as the pathetic office worker who threw his life away stealing diabetes medication. Instead, she called HR and our company's employee assistance program. Turns out our insurance had an emergency hardship fund for exactly this situation. Family medical crises that employees couldn't handle alone. Within a week, my brother's insulin was fully covered, plus retroactive coverage for the past 6 months. Linda never reported the theft to police. She said, "Sometimes good people do desperate things for the right reasons, but next time, ask for help first."